Good morning, my friends, and welcome to the Breakfast Club. My name is Darren Hancock, and here we are on Friday, the 14th of June, 2024. So let's have a little butchers at the markets. Sorry, Michael, you're not feeling so good today. I hope you get better soon. Shout out to our leader. He's feeling better soon. A little down in the dumps today. Let's make sure we've got everything up and running. There we go. We are up and running. Oh, that looks pretty dark. Stand by. I've got that ghostly kind of stuff to the side here so you guys can keep seeing the markets. Why is all that kind of a... There we go. I don't think we need to be that close though. Holy smokes. All right. Okay, here we go. So we'll start from NQ, work away down from here. So NQ, I'm looking for, these are the only levels I can really see right now on NQ. That's daily. There's nothing really there to look for. Okay, well, so we've got an imbalance right here. Let me move all this stuff in here. Back to this candle for the 4 hour. Hit the rejection block. When you're in an upward trend and we're still moving in an upward trend, we're going to keep moving up, I suppose. So 1 hour. Looking for the highs now. We just kick off that rejection block. We could just be coming back into the range. So this candle's mean threshold. We've already hit it. We haven't validated it yet. So I would say back to this imbalance in here. If we have some downward run, otherwise we're going to continue going higher hourly. 15-minute. Looks like we have a reversal. We've got above it here on the 15-minute. Now, if we get an hourly stay above these 3 candles, then I'm looking for continuation on the upside, right off the level that we're sitting here. So wherever the high is right here, 15-minute, that high is 19,609. Looking for that to hold price all the way down to 19,577, 19,567. Anywhere inside here. That's been cleared out now. Regular trading hours gap's been filled. Reversal. That candle's high is 545, 75, low 551. So there is a space in here. Body trades above it. You come back inside it right here to go long, aim for this high, take the high, fair value gap, like to like array inside the larger range. So I want to see this one close with a body above here. If not, it's just a wick run into the rejection block, and then we probably might have a return back down into this deeper range again. So right now, wait and see what this candle's like on the 15 minutes at the market open. And we have yes. It's a 1 minute chart. Let me get back to at least a 4 hour where we start to notice something different. It's coming into the rejection block, not taking that high yet from Wednesday. I'd like to see us get to 5,424. Leave the rest of this open. Create a fair value gap here. Open up, come up to 540 or 54.25. And then react off that and come back down into a deeper range here. So that's what I'd like to see is this create a fair value gap in here, come back to the consequent encroachment of that fair value gap, leaving the top portion open to continue going down for today in S&P 500. That's what I'm looking at there. That's for the first 4 hours. So that won't be till after lunch we start to see a drop back down. So let's look at that on an hourly basis and see what we can see here. Got this big mitigation block here. We've come back to mitigate off of here and potentially go lower. I'd like to see it dig into this a bit more. 5,422. Now I've taken that range. So you want to have a carefully watch this here. So if this we end up closing above here, that should be more than 50%. So we close above here and find some support of that and continue higher. Look for this small fair value gap here in that order block. I like to see a reaction off of this mitigation block here. This candle, consequent encroachment, I don't want to see that get taken on the upside. Dow Jones. See how we react off this level here. The 4 hour, 1 hour. That will be the fill of the fair value gap down here. Back into a CAM model 1 entry. We'll see how we react off this. Now we've taken this low. Filled that fair value gap there. This little piece is left open. So if we come down to fill that, watch for the reaction past here to continue higher. Oil. Minute chart. I love the way that Asia sets a small little range here. And then when London trades out of it, it comes back to the highs, or it usually comes back to the lows. Once we break through it, London lunch hour, you usually get the retracement back into the range, and then it continues going higher. London took out the lows. The last bit of low here in Asia. The low was created over here, but took out this little swing low here. Return to the old highs. CAM model 1 entry. Consolidation. We have the displacement or manipulation away, back to reverse back into the charts. Back into the high and then continue for old highs up here. It's a really nice model. So looking for further continuation in oil now. I like to see how it reacts off of here. We've already come back and hit it perfectly here. So I'd like to see it continue back up now. If we do dip down one more time for a fill of that, I'd like to see it stay open, but if it does dip down, look for that order block to hold price. If it doesn't and we start to eat through it, look for a deeper run back into that range. Look for 50% of the whole range here. Otherwise, further upside for oil. Dixie. So that bear trap thing's happening here. You want to see this get below here. Break this little structure here. Find some support at this and continue back down into the range to go lower. Otherwise, if we hold price here, watch for this to break to the upside. Find some support in here and continue pushing higher. 5-minute chart. On the daily candles, we've got these equal highs up here still. to aim for. So that coincides with further upside. Your 1 hour chart. See if this order block here continues to hold price. Create a fair value gap here, come back, tap it, continue higher. Mean threshold of that candle is your line in the sand. You want to see that hold so it continues higher. That should put more downward pressure on these currencies. So equal lows, we're still looking for those equal lows to get taken out on the daily. As you can see, we're heading down. When the mean threshold of this candle is lost, look for the lows on the 1 hour chart. We have relative equal lows here, so you're looking for those lows to get taken out. So further downside in Canadian dollar. Linu, that's Darren, not Dave, but Dave will be here shortly. And good morning, Hans. Good morning, Tommy. Tristan, good morning, my friend. How are you? Gothic theme today. Morning, D. Happy Fridays. Good morning, Russell. Morning, Fernando. It's nice to see Dave is making an impression. Remember we were talking about New Zealand dollar coming, it could come all the way down into that range. We were talking about this back on Tuesday, I think it was. We said we could get, once we've broken this high here, we could see it come back into this range. We could see it dip all the way down into there. Well, it did. It came all the way down there, and we're right into that now. So the question is whether or not we close below here today. If we do, then look for all these, this liquidity below the market here, this fair value gap sitting below you. So if the American dollar does continue pushing higher, look for this to give way. We have relative equal highs up here. The difference between a wick making a high and a body making a high. See what I'm saying? We really didn't take out this high here. Usually you'd want to see a big snappy reaction off of this today. We'll see what happens on a Friday. If we get a nice big wick retracement back into this candle now, that would be nice to see that happen. If not, then look for a run on these lows. Australian dollar, same situation right here. See that? We're in a consolidation on a daily basis, so not a super strong indication we're going higher. We got wicks, we got bodies. So we'll see how this holds here. We're obviously still downward trend here this morning on the 5-minute. Lows are taken, breaking market structure to the downside. We come back up, find support at it. One more time, inside it. Continue on the downside. Ideally, you want to see that break in market structure with the manipulation. Once you've seen that take out a high or took out a low, then you know you've got a structure break with a change in direction. Couple that with a breaker, you got a better likelihood of the direction you're looking for. So break in structure here, come back up inside the fair value gap here. Another break in structure here. Come back up inside the gap. You want to see that continue down below here now. The American dollar continues to push down or push up. If we do get a little bit of a kick, look for these little price imbalances again. There's a small one up here and here to revisit before going lower. Oil we talked about, ETFs, banks, gold. Let's have a look at gold here. They knew that's okay, buddy. That's perfectly fine. It's nice to know that Dave's got, he's making an impression on people. It's nice to hear. I look at him as a teammate, like you all. You see Fernando and Tristan and all those folks that are all, even Russell, not even Russell, but you know Russell as well. We're all a team, so it's all good. I'm happy we've got a community here. That's what I like to see. It's not all about me. It's whoever can help you out. And I see there's people in there who's already clicked together and they're making some trades. Really happy. They're feeding off of each other. That's what the community's about, right? So it's all good. Gold. Well, let's see what we got in gold. Let's go back to a 4-hour chart here. Start with that. We'll work our way down. No high. We have taken this high here. No, hourly. I got nothing in gold right now. I got nothing for you in gold. Bitcoin. Let's see what we got in Bitcoin. 2,700 in Bitcoin there. I'm gonna move that into profit. Got an upside objective in Bitcoin just inside this small range here. I'm looking for a run back up into that premium range. So I'm just locking in some profits and then keep going there. So you see this, I've taken these, I looked at this one over here and we've come all the way back down and filled that, and the body hasn't gotten through that. See how the body sits flat on it right here? It filled it inside that larger range. And then we had a fair value gap here. We had a body trade above it, then below it, then above it, then below it. But nothing broke that low here. Then we traded above it again. And then we started flattening out on it. We did not start trading below it anymore. So it started giving me this idea that, hey, look, we've tested it with wicks now. Now we're not even testing it with bodies anymore. We come back and now we're hitting the top of it, or the middle of it here, the top of this one here. And we're starting to work our way out. So I'm looking for return back into the smaller range here. I'll take a small portion off there. If we get some more lift on that, I'm looking for a run back up there overall. Top step. I'm flat on top step right now. I did some hasty moves, and I've just had to recover back, so I'm pretty much flat with top step right now. Soybeans. So we're looking for soybeans to go aim for these equal highs here and look for this fair value gap here. So equal highs is the next upside objective for me for soybeans. Corn, we're into the breaker here. I'd like to see this breaker hold price, run these lows, come back into the body. There's a small, tiny little imbalance right here. If we come back and just fill that and then start pushing higher for corn. Right now I see more bearishness in corn back into this range here. So look for 50% of that range or more back to the breakers. And you expect this breaker to hold price. If you lose the 50% of that, then yeah, that should line up pretty close. Fair value gap here, breaker here. Lines up with the imbalance. So look for this whole area in here for corn to return into to go higher. Ends up work, just see what kind of reaction you get out of that, and then look for a run higher. You want to see just a wick get down there. You don't want to see full bodies get below here. Sugar. We took the low. Does that take the low? They're all equal lows there. Consolidation, CAM model 1 entry for higher prices. We're above this already. Come back, find some support at that. Continue pushing through these candles here. So we're looking for higher prices in sugar. Oh, this is the daily chart. So we may get another. This is daily. So we'll probably see a run back down into here today. So more downward prices today in sugar. And then look for next week to run into this candle's mean threshold. If we don't tap it today. If we tap this today and get a reaction off of that, so further downside today to this low or this high here. Yeah, for a fill of that fair value gap on the daily. Not fair value gap, just a rebalance, sorry. And then you want to see this stay open. If it doesn't stay open, then I'm not so bullish anymore. We're already back up high in that range. Coffee. Power of suggestion. Enzo, good morning. So we have run back up into here. So further downside in coffee. I'd like to see coffee break this low and take this candle out if you want to go lower. Otherwise, we have to take this fair value gap out here on the daily. So I want to see this close up above here today if we're going higher. If we continue to drop down and break the mean threshold of this candle on the close for today, then my chances are we're going to come back to revisit this low. Coffee. Cattle, we've capped up, looking for the highs. Again, I'm still looking for that upside objective. So I'm just going to sit long on oil, or sorry, on beef cattle here, or live cattle. I'm looking for a run. We've looked for this discount array. Now we're looking for the premium array. So that's the upside objective I'm looking for overall. We'll see how many months or how many weeks it takes us to get up there before, If we blow this low, obviously I'll be wrong, but for a long-term objective, that's where I'm aiming for live cattle. We'll see how long it takes to get there. Cocoa. This 1 hour, let's go to a daily. Cocoa's hit our upside objective yesterday. So looking for it to we'll see if it provides, we get some support off of here to push higher. I'd like to see that get into the mean threshold of this candle and revisit this little imbalance right here in the top 75% of that. So we're looking at 25, 50, 75. So that 75 should put us back into here. So that's the upside I'm looking for cocoa. Lumber still making lumbar. You can tell I got back surgery. Lumbar futures, not so good. Not so good. Too much sitting. Lumber futures still going down, looking for these. Obviously, we're taking those lows out now. That's the daily. Equal lows down here as well. So I like to see them sweep these lows. Yeah, there's a ton of liquidity, all that equal lows, and then you got this big ass gap still sitting open down here. So I'm looking for lumber to continue going down. On the downside for lumber. Lean piggies. We're all flat here now on lean piggies. A lot of equal lows. We have a little gap down here still, so I'd like to see that come back and fill this. And we'll see if this floor that retail thinks is going to stick around here and run back up. If we can punch through that, look for this gap to fill, and then wait for a reversal in the 1 hour chart. Our friends over there at Natural Gas, the Toot Plant, we're looking for them to fire up the beans, get this gas moving, get these equal highs taken out, and then push for, there's a lot of imbalances in here that I'd like to see gas reach for. Power grid, I don't know if you're power grid people. I don't see much in terms of hourly on power grid either. Crude oil, we already talked about that. India, coal in India. We've taken these lows out. You see this big gap we're looking at here for coal. I like this, that we've swept all these lows except for this low here, but we've swept all this low, and we're right in the middle of the range right now. So we also have created a gap above, taking out those highs, drop down, taking out the lows. These are the where we'd be aiming for. So you didn't want to see this low get taken, or these lows get taken out before returning back into this candle here and going lower. But it did. It ran them all the way through. So we're back into the midpoint where we have a reversal happening to go long, and this reversal going short. And keep in mind, we still haven't taken out that low yet. So if we return back into this fair value gap above and that candle holds price, you'd want to see that reversing, roll over and come back down. So look for a reversal in here for my Indian friends that are into coal. Morning, abs. Goliath. Back in the day, I bought this crappy company when I had no idea what I was doing, and I've been holding it for way too long. Way too long. So now just looking to get out of it. Anyway, where we got? Talk about my objective being hit, hey? When we're calling this back in February, March. Then it did this big drop down in April for the traditional April swing low in April. Then the run up, a little dip down in the May that we're expecting in May, and now we've got this big drive up into June, and then we're looking for a reversal. We're looking for a swing down, so that's to get finally those objectives since 2023 or 2022, December of 2022. That whole price leg there is now complete. That whole price leg has repeated itself right up to 19,472. We've run through that, and I have an upside objective of 20,557 as my upside reach. So now that's where we're headed for. And if we blow through that, then I've got some real predictions for you. If we end up seeing the tech industry with AI go parabolic, then I've got some interesting places for you to start looking at. But until then, we've hit the objective we're looking for overall. Oil's going up. That's what we wanted. I want to see that come back, find some support off of here. Close above here, find some support off of this and push higher. We've got this regular trading hour gap here. Let me just now, abs, do you usually take the first, even if it's the 29, like as soon as it establishes, do you still take this one? Just curious to see if that's or you wait for a different one after that, even though it's like right on the time. Okay. Wait for the next one. We got nothing yet. So it has to be absolutely after that then. Pablo, good morning. Good morning. So the next 15 minutes, we'll see if the 10 o'clock establishes a high. And we get a bit of a retracement back into this. I'd like to see 10 o'clock come back up and fill this fair value gap here. and see what kind of reaction we get off of that. We can get this filled and balanced, and then we see a reaction. I'd start to see a rundown for these equal lows here. That would be the objective for the day. We should put that in there, I suppose. Well, two nice long setups in NQ. The CAM2 model off the 934 candle, and the second long entry off the 936 candle when new high was made and price wick to the lower fair value gap. Nice work, Russell. I like the way you talk, my friend. I do like the way you talk. Good Friday, Doza. Good Friday. So this is the kind of thing I like to see. We have that hourly fair value gap fill. Fair value gap fill starting here. So you want to see wicks, whatever, do the damage. And then I want to see this reversal start happening here. Break structure to the downside, find some support, and then start running back into these lows. The other indices. It's the hour's been traded through now. Order block. High, little highs taken here. Look for the body next. What do you think of the candle close above the 1 hour fair value gap? If it closes above the fair value gap, yeah, then you've got yourself a we have not taken this low out. That's the problem. They got these equal lows here. So watch you don't set yourself up for a bull trap here. If we start to close, close above this. If we actually keep pushing through this candle here, come back for the next hour to find support at, then I'd say go higher. We'll see where this one closes. You might be able to get a reaction back into here to push higher, but we haven't taken that equal low yet, so that's what makes me a little nervous about it. We have a change in direction, but we have not had a break in structure yet, and we haven't got a swing trade going on here. We just got a change in direction. So if we come back, find some support at that, push higher, look for old highs and rejection block, and that's the only thing I got in looking at that small range inside of consolidation. So look for a retracement back into this fair value gap here. That's NQ. That's how I see that. S&P 500. See how now we're getting a nice reaction off of S&P. Nasdaq's pushing through the fair value gap. S&P hasn't pushed through. It just lined up, hit the top of it, getting a bit of reaction off of it. Dow Jones, it's come back through 1, 2 inside of the range, so it's up now to 50% of that range on the hourly. Now if we close above here, see how we've just hit that, hit 62%, and we're kicking off of it nice and strong here now. We've come back right inside this one here. This is not a reversal as well. It's just another change in direction, and we've come back, found support at it right there with precision, and now we're getting a nice reaction off of that. So these two are reacting off of where you'd expect them to. This one is digging really deep into here, so are we just running for liquidity above the market and then quickly drop back down? We have equal lows, lower low, lower low. Fails to make a lower low. So it's the stronger one of the two. Or of the three, I should say. I think Dow overall, we're looking for a lower prices in Dow. We've revisited this fair value gap down here, filled it nicely. Now on the daily, we're looking for this order block to give way. So I've got a blue line marked down here for I think it's an hourly perspective. Let's just open this up here. Yeah, so I'm just looking for this level right here, right there. That fills. So I'm looking for this area here to fill and see what kind of reaction you get off of that if we don't start running back up into that range. We've already cleared out the premium portion of that range, so we've returned back into premium to go lower. We've come back into this. Oh, it didn't quite hit that fair value gap. But we have filled this one, 1, 2. So if we come back to go lower here and then start driving back up higher, look for these other premium arrays that haven't quite been hit yet. So that's the kind of line in the sand where I'm kind of deciding where do we go from here. With 7 minutes, look for a run on this liquidity now. If we stay closed above here, then look for another run back up inside this. We'll see where this closes in the next few minutes. And we want to see where this one closes in the next few minutes. This one may not give you an opportunity to get on it. It may just run these highs out at 10 o'clock and then start quickly reversing. Sound is low again. Testing 1, 2. Wow, I'm not that far out, am I? I'm just not sticking it by my face where I'm supposed to. Let me give you a little bump. How's that? I'll give you a bump up there, right there. That should get me in that higher range for you guys. Sometimes I talk really kind of quietly, so I apologize for that because I'm focused on thinking. So 55, we've come back into the mean threshold of this candle. Is that holding price? We're running for these highs. I do like that little gap there as an upside objective. It's 4 more minutes. How's it sound now, Craig? I've almost got it cranked right up to max on everything, so I've got a few more millimeters of sound is fine. Good. Three more minutes. Glad to hear, buddy. Glad to hear. We like to accommodate all types here at the ThetaWaveTrader. How's our Bitcoin trade doing? Oh, it's coming back. I don't want to see this high get taken and then that swing low get taken. So the stop loss is sitting here. If this ends up turning around, trading through this, come back, then we're back into that consolidation again. So let's lock at 1,200 bucks on that. Here's the 10 o'clock. So we want to see this close below here now. Return back into this breaker. Close on there, return back into this breaker, get short. That's the short. Shit, did I hit the wrong one? No, I didn't. Back in the days, this would be the buy, this would be short in FX or Forex. Stop loss is going to go up here. Looking for all the liquidity down here. I would love to see it come ripping all the way through here and take out these lows now. But first profit will be, well, I will manage my stop loss when we get to here, 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 50% and lows. So it just came right up to the rejection block there. And that's it. That's all you get. I don't want to see it trade above here. Puts a rate on it. I don't like the way it's traded all the way back up into that. If it trades below here again, I'll get back in. My camera froze. Oh, it did freeze. Hopefully that works. I'll get short on that again there. I shouldn't see it have to revisit this high, but my curiosity is that with this hourly, we haven't taken these highs. We've just hit the rejection block. So I'd really like to see this start digging down into this fair value gap now. Looking for these lows to get taken, I think. Taking any hits on the Friday. Leave it up here. So you can pay yourself there. I've only got one lot on, so. Here. All right. This is your 10-16, 10-12 candle. That would be a silver bullet for me. I think of what one I want to play that off of here now. Looking at, we've got a low here, we've taken it. Didn't take this low here, but we've swung here and we've got this swing. That's why I got out. I didn't want to see keep revisiting it because then you got that potential to run back into the range. So mean threshold of this candle is kind of where my eyes are sitting right now in terms of whether or not that's going to hold price. If not, my concern is that hourly thing again. These old highs here have not yet. So we just came back into that consequent encroachment of the fair value gap, found some support and went higher. So that's the concern. That we're just going to take those highs out now in the hourly and then see how we'll react off that. So we have a change in direction. No break in structure really, just a change in direction for a run higher. See how this candle here, we literally closed on it, opened on it, kept going higher. So now you enter this consolidation, wait for a significant break in market structure before you re-engage the market. So I want to see these lows get taken, come back, find some support at them to go lower. We've come back into that little fair value gap there. Again, that little tiny one right on the money there. That would be the ideal short. So I'm going to take a short right there. If I'm wrong, stop loss is going to be super tight here. If we pop up above that, then I'm out. Like that. Yeah, they're running for those highs. I thought I was going to buffer that one. You can take it off there and sell it short again. Stop loss here. But as soon as you see it running through that mean threshold, think, no, that's going higher now. You don't want to see this break out of here. And we tipped out of it here. When it froze on there, I thought, well, that might be a nice place to go short. But no, equal highs. Take those out. And again, we got the higher time frame, hourly, that we're still looking for. So keep your eyes on those. Watch shuffle here. See if that goes higher from here. Come all the way back down to that little order block there. Going higher off of here. Off the session open. So that high is taken. Change in direction. You want to see it break below here. Find support off this candle. Start running back into this range here. Looking for this discount array right here. We got to close below this though, not just a wick. If not, we're going higher. We found support inside here. We have not broken below that, a body below here, and we have not taken out this low. They're frozen again. Oh, that keeps freezing up, but whatever. Seeing my face is not that important. Dave's the guy you ask about SMT. Now we've had a body trade below here. You see that? You want to see this body trade below here? And we'll get back into this down here. Hourly. Let's look at future. Let's look at what's going on for this SMT thing. That held the price, came all the way back down. Nice mean threshold of that candle. This had a nice reaction off of here. And this hasn't dug through that fair value gap at all. They've all come back and retraced through their fair value gaps. This hasn't. Still looking for a low in this though. So this is the stronger one of the two. Whether or not we take those highs out is yet to be seen. These ones are always making lower highs. This one looks like it's trying to make a higher high. But you got to stick with the 1 minute and see where we're sitting. So you stay in the 1 minute chart here and watch price action, and it'll tell you whether or not we're going changing direction, breaking structure. You don't want to get caught in a bear trap here. You want to see this low get taken on a close with a bold body. Come back in, find support of this. There, so I've closed below it now. So undo your objective before it actually gives you an opportunity to. So we have a swing. This body opened actually below, right on it. That's the objective hit right there, inside that range. Now what we do here is important. I want to see that get through here, break structure, find some support off of here, and keep going lower. Perfect fill. So you want to see a structure break, not just a change in direction back inside a small range here. And even if you traded that small range, this is the only place you could have got in there for that. But then you worry about the bear trap, whether or not that's got higher prices. But a swing, body trades below, comes back up. Entry, short into this range, into this discount array. Now look for this to run from here back up into here. See this just stay open, and this just tear through here, close below this side, close below this. What we saw right here is what we like to see here. Break structure to the downside with a bold candle, come back and find some support at this and continue pushing for these lows, and the rest of that fair value get below us. I know my voice was probably way further back there. Come right through it. You don't want this to just turn into a consolidation and come back up into the range again. You want to see this good displacement now. You want to see it get out of here. You don't want to see it waffling around here. Get some legs. Give a little motivation here. So you want to see this candle here, hold price, this fair value gap, hold price. 62% retracement inside this candle. If we take this on a close above here, and we clear that, then we're going higher into that range again. And I'll close out that as a loss, and that'll be it for me. I'm not taking, that'll be 2 hits today. I don't know. I feel like it wants to come back in here and fill this out. Oop, she'll be right back. Yeah, I think it's gonna rain. It says it's supposed to be sunny today, but I don't know, it looks like it's gonna rain. Return back into that premium array there. See what kind of reaction you get off that now. So I'll look for this return back into this one here. So the decision is whether or not it gets above this to go higher or gets below this to go lower. And the midpoint is right in here. So we're closing just above it here now. Find support at it, run for the highs. Demilo, hello, how you doing? There's another little fair value gap right up in here. Keep your eyes on that spot right there. I'm not doing too bad today, thank you. Balance right here. Oh, the news at 11. 3 minutes. Run those highs and see if we get a reaction off of that. Let's wait for this news event. See what we get. I see 11, take this off here and then start dipping back into that range for 50 to 62% of that range. Yeah, I don't see any major news event this afternoon other than Euro at 1:30. 10 o'clock was a major news event for me, so I don't see anything huge happening here at 11 in terms of news. Mind you, I'm only on Forex Factory, so that may not be all the information. But I don't see any major news event at 11 o'clock. Now we get the pullback. Forex finally took out their lows. Pound took out its lows. So what Dixie's doing now. Dixie hasn't quite taken out its highs yet. What's that high on that candle? 435, 425. So just a little fraction more to get a 105.50. $105.50 and see what you got for the midpoint of this wick right here. They're not done taking out those highs there. Well, these equal highs. Little fair value gap we talked about over here. Yeah, the algo's making us work it today. You gotta be super tight this morning. Holy smokes. Like the reversals are there, but they're you gotta be inside trading internal range liquidity this morning. Holy cow. See reversal here to here. Looking for this small range here. I'm just trying to pick this apart now. We have a swing low. You don't get a chance to get in on it here. You don't get a chance to get in on it here. You wait for the next swing. Trades below it. Trades back into it for a short. Below the low. Extends the range. You get a reversal. Body trades above it. Comes back. Finds support at it. Go to the premium range. It's bouncing around in there. And then in this little range from here to here. Look at that 75% retracement inside that one. Sorry. The order block. Back up into that premium array again. Highs taken. These little highs here taken. Not that one. Equal highs there. Run back into this order block. This stays open and runs back up, cleans these highs out. Look for this fair value gap above you here. Ugh, all that and there was no sound. Can't hear a thing. Sorry. How's that? You probably hear me now. I was after giving that very insightful, deep discussion about where I thought it was headed to. So Lambo, let me repeat that again. So, well, like I said to you yesterday in that text I sent you, you're looking for in that external range liquidity, right? So when you extend past that rate, that liquidity there, and you get the reversal, you look for the fair value gap above you in the premium array, and then the discount one. And you say to yourself, am I going to work this internal range liquidity? That's what you want to look for. And then when you look for this premium one, if we trade above the premium one, chances are we're going to take out the mean threshold of this. That's my line in my sand, right? So if I trade through that, then I know I'm running for higher prices. And if you trade above this, then you know you're reaching for that. And then you say to yourself, well, how do you know they're not going to keep running that? Well, all the time you see this get supported, and then you get this, in this case here, you see this slight little high here. These equal highs are taken out. We create this little reversal direction. So we've got a reversal because we've taken out these little highs. We create that little fair value gap. You come back inside it. Body's respecting it. Stop loss would be here. And then all of a sudden we see this dip back down into the range. So either here, you look for this swing to this swing, and you say that's 50% or more. Then it extends past this. So we start to get this fair value gap above you, back into this range here. So you've got that fair value gap there, and the discount array down here. That's why I say we're heading for here, and then we're heading for this one up here. So now you're inside this internal range. So you see how it's compressing? And then when it compresses, you start to say to yourself, where is the next array? See how we've run out of arrays inside here, this smaller range now? So when it's compressing like this and you start running out of these higher and lower arrays, you've got to say, I've got to get on top of this one now and start extending this range back beyond here and start pushing higher into that fair value gap above you here. Or this has to hold. You trade below it and you start digging down into that little tiny imbalance down here. Or we have to extend beyond this piece back down into the bottom of that fair value gap there. So now when you're in the premium portions, you got premium, consequent encroachment, and discount inside that larger range that you're still inside. If we break this to the upside, chances are we're going to take these highs and start moving higher. That's how you can start to say, my likelihood of me trading outside the range is based on these premium arrays that get taken. See how the bodies are respecting it? So now if we're looking for internal range liquidity, we're looking from here to here. That's the candle right there. So right back to the midpoint of this, here's where I'm expecting it to come. There's that little imbalance sitting right there as well. Pull your fib tool in that range. And it's sitting right on that imbalance. You see that? So I close below it, come back, tap it, and start pushing lower. Equal, filled. Look for that little guy right there. Bingo. So you hit that. Now, where will be my next one? So if I'm looking for this to hold, get deeper now, I want to see it start running into that little guy we talked about here. And we just hit the edge of it right there. So now that's the discount inside this range. You see what I'm saying? There's 70% right to the edge of that little imbalance. Michael's not kidding when he's talking about these little imbalances still play an important role in terms of drawn liquidity. So now if we get below that and find some support on that, eating through the mean threshold of this candle, I'm looking for to run down deeper past here. Does that make sense? So that information I gave you yesterday, Lambo, you can see what, hopefully understand visually a little bit more what I was talking about there. You can get a better understanding of where it is inside that internal range, these small little ranges, and where you're expecting price to return to. So you come back to that imbalance. Now, if that holds and we start running back through, you want to see that high get taken for these highs to go next. And you want to see these hold price based off this little guy right here and the mean threshold of that candle. What about the London high, he says. Yeah, what about these highs? They're not a target right now. I'm just inside I'm just in price action right now. I'm not reaching for a dozen PD arrays above me right now. I'm just looking for where am I in price right now. That's the whole purpose of this channel, is to stay in price and analyze price as it moves, and hopefully that helps you do your analysis, looking for higher time frame premises, whatever you want. I just want you to kind of read price as it's happening. That's the whole purpose of this. See how we're compressing here like crazy now? Now it's got to bust out of here. You got that candle here and this candle here. You're between these two candles right now. Order block. That's been validated. Now you're between this candle and this candle. Compress, compress, compress. It's got to bust out of here. See, now that it's running a raise, it's got to bust out of there, right? Now we're starting to extend the range again. We're going to get past this lot. Closed above, tap it, go higher. If this becomes the swing, there's your discount. I think it wants to run up into this here. So now you start targeting for this, and then there's London highs that Benjamin was looking at. But all the time you were in this discount or compressing, you got to wait for something to happen, right? You don't want to trade that. You just try to stay on price action. You don't want to get thrown off the horse. And if it's contrary, it's going in the contrary direction to where your London highs are, if that's what you're looking for, then you can see your stop loss is going to get squeezed. Ran all the way back to that imbalance. See, we still haven't finished filling it yet. So in this larger range, that little imbalance right there has not been filled yet. We just keep coming back and tapping the edge of it. That was just a fraction below those lows. Those lows are sitting at 6700. This one is 6675, so 0.25 below those. So now we're through the discount one. Now you want to see that provide support, go shorter. So are we aiming for London highs yet? Nope. Price action's telling you I'm sitting down here inside this smaller range right now. So mean threshold of this candle to mean threshold of that candle. There's a little, that would be like the consequent encroachment or the equilibrium of the range. This guy here is the one you want to look for. So I have to put sticks there because it's too small to make a fair value yet. That's what you're looking for now. So premium, discount, equilibrium. That's probably right where that's sitting. If I look at me, use my eye, right there. So roughly where that dotted line is there. Equal lows. I got taken, equal highs. Watch that candle of that little fair value gap above you there. Get a reaction off of that and come back into that little bounce around inside here for a bit until it makes up his mind whether or not to extend the range even higher and clear out these highs or drop down and take out these lows. See how it kind of just stays inside that? Bounces around inside there between those two. So that's in the premium portion of that range. So now you want to dig down into the discount portion. There's your 50%. So now you're going into the inside here, or inside this range here. You're looking at discount premium, premium, premium. And if this is kind of a newer thing for you guys, look for this and you'll see where it will run back and forth. See how that quarters lines up perfectly inside that dotted line of that candle there? And the 75% sits perfectly on those equal lows. Is that algorithmic? Is that by some strange coincidence that they all line up there? Not. Keep coming down to the discount premium. Dip into the discount, the premium discount. Premium discount, discount, discount. Premium, premium, discount premium. So you can see how it reaches for one, comes back to the other. Reaches for one, comes back into the other. And it may just come back and tap it, but just get below that 50% line. Then start running back up. Then you want to say, are we trading inside this upper premium range? Premium, premium, discount premium. You see it going back and forth. That's why you see those bull flags happening. If you split it up, you'll see premium discount inside that upper portion of the premium range. And that's the fractality of the market. It makes much more sense when you start to break it down into what Michael describes as those the range from the premium to the discount, and then they also have their premium and discounts as well. So mean threshold right off this candle here, you're going to see this just kind of, like I said, just going to be banging around between those two till it makes up its mind where it wants to get moving. Is there a way of telling if we can go to the buy side or the sell side once we break out? Well, then you kind of look at saying what has been mostly taken. The sell side's been hit. We've got some high resistance here. So we've got sell side taken. The equal lows on the sell side have been taken. We've got liquidity on the upside in the premium portion of that whole range there. So we got the premium. We've worked the discount premium portion. So we haven't really cleaned out this side here. So the higher probability is, well, you've taken the highs. You've got liquidity down here, and you got liquidity here. You'd think that this, if we break out, we're going to break out to the upside here. You may get a run. So this is where they scoop up the liquidity below to go higher. So let's just see if they scoop this up here. Whatever side they run for, look for the opposite side to get is the next one to take out. So now we're back in the discount portion. Now you go back up to the premium portion. I tend to look at the range that you're looking for. So if you're inside this range here, and the last piece you've got is right here. So if we run through this, then you look for a run down here. If we run through this, then we're going to take out these highs and start seeking up higher liquidity. When you're in the middle, the consequent encroachment of that, or sorry, the equilibrium of that whole range, your guess is as good as mine what you're going to aim for. Look at the overall, where's price been clearing out, and what is it still holding on liquidity. It's worked the downside here, cleared that all out for the people that want to go long. They want to try and get on it, come back, take them out. And this liquidity above you is still sitting there, right? So now we've run this one here. We're running that one out there. So now look for this liquidity on the upside. See where this closes. It has to close above this to push higher. Otherwise, you just got wick up, wick down. And we're into 9:30 now, so welcome to lunch. See that? Midpoint. Come off this order block. Find support off that, push higher. Now I'd like to see this run up, clear these highs out for lunch, and then start running back down into the range. So let's start looking at your times now and start thinking about what's my optimum time where you start to see lunchtime take out the 11 o'clock or the morning session low or high, and then return back into the range. So I'd like to see these highs get taken out, preferably that hourly we've been looking for. Clear out those highs and then start running back into the range. If not, then you might be looking for 2 o'clock, clearing out those highs, and then pull back into the TGIF Friday, 20 to 30% of the range. See, we're not going higher yet. We're still inside this one. So we're inside the premium one now. We found support at the bottom of the discount one. inside that small range, premium discount, find support off of here, and now we're working our way through. So this is, if we close above here now, we're looking for support to continue pushing higher. So you see this consolidating in the middle that we were talking about, banging back and forth. Then it pops down, breaks, finally breaks into this area we've been waiting for. It's tapping, breaks through, still closes below. Now it closes above, find some support. Now you're looking for this to push higher. So you're more bullish. You can return into here, order block. If you close below this again, then you're back into consolidating in here. And you're still inside that bigger range. So anytime you see these break the fair value gap on the opposite side, you start to go, my bias now is long. If it closes below it, now my bias is back into the range again. And if I go in here, my bias is short. I'm biased into the range. I'm biased outside the range. And if it turns against you, see that? That one was above. That one's below now. Now you're back into the range again. So if it trades above, then you're back high again. And that's the problem with consolidations and these little really tight frames where you change your mind back and forth all the time. That's why you're not trading that. You're just saying, I know where price, I'm staying on the horse right now. It's flipping around. It's trying to shake you off saying, I'm going to go long, I'm going to go short. And if you throw a trade in there and it trades against you, then you'll know why. Because it keeps changing direction in the premium portion here of that small consolidation that you're in. This is high resistance. Do you want to stay in high resistance and figure out what's going on, how to stay on the horse? Watch here now. See how that premium discount, there's your equilibrium right there. Trade below it. See how you close below, come back into the midpoint or consequent encroachment, push through to the second, the discount array, back inside that premium discount again. Lots of liquidity sitting above the market. There's liquidity sitting below the market. So now you're back into that little space in between the two again. So this little fair value gap here, you traded below it. You came back up, filled it perfectly right there, there. So you filled it. You came back down into that little imbalance that's sitting right here. See that little imbalance right in there? You filled that. Now you're looking for run back up into here. And do we get through this with a big bold candle, or do we get through this on a big bold candle? So just watch price action right now. You don't have to trade it. You just have to watch it. Yes, you're right. There's no entry right now. There's nowhere even close to an entry right now. You're still in June contract right now. If you got to take a bathroom break, take your break while this is bouncing around here. I'll be right back. Let's go to something that might be a little more exciting. Highs have been taken. Swing point right here. I want to see a body get below that. That's a nice swing right there. Reversal, order block. Close below this, and then trade back into it for a short. And the stop loss will go up here. We suffered a profit already. I'm just going to move that to there just because I don't want to lose a So in the discount array, you're looking for that guy right there. You just kind of chase this down now. If you get a revisit of that up there, you can get back in again. See if that holds. It's the discount array here from premium to discount. If you can get a run back up into that fill again, maybe. If it trades below this candle, get back short on that, then you can start running back into a deeper range discount. Still liquidity up there. Watch here now. Now you're back into this range again. Now we've swept the liquidity there. There's that one little piece that has not been really traded back into. So we could see this tap this and then start running back up into that premium area again. Full fill of that. So now you expect to see this. If it holds price, you're looking for a run back up into here. If it closes below this, then you're looking for a continuation on the down. See how we close below that level right there? You expect that to continue going short now. If you get above here, again, you're looking inside that range. Little high taken here, fair value gap. Bodies trade below, closes on it, trades below it, trades back to it, short. Yes, it is. Good call, Russell. You got a reversal right there. Trades above, so you wait. Good to trade below it again. Trades below it again. You don't get an opportunity to get in on it. Second one is here. Trades below that. You get an opportunity to get in on it short right there. Now you want to see these get taken on the downside. I don't think they're going to leave that untouched. They're going to revisit that after lunch. They take out this 1030 low here, then look for that as a target for lunch. Let it break structure here on the downside. Return into this. Has to be a bold candle down, come back in to find support, not just a little wick. So our Bitcoin trade, aiming for those lows, which is what we're anticipating. So you pull the stop loss tight, walk out with 1,200 bucks. So that price takes these highs. We get the reversal right here. Trades back to it right there on that candle on a wick. Continue taking out these lows. We have not got this body trade above here yet, so we are still short. And my upside objective. That's why when you got these big, I'm hoping to get up there. If you see the reversal happening, then that ain't happening yet. So you can aim for PDRAs that are way above you, but if you see something that says, nope, I'm not ready to go there yet, then you ain't ready to go there. Literally came back to this breaker here before taking out these highs. Swing. Hit it. %50 of that range probably. Soybeans took the highs. Came back inside that. Looking for this to provide support. Go higher. Ugh, natural gas. Back to the fair value gap. Go higher. I think that's more wishful thinking than anything else. See how we trade through it, come back to it, get short. So far that little reversal there takes out this high. This is all intact. trade below it, come back, find support at it, continue going shorter. Look for the liquidity sitting down here. ES. Right off that reversal there. Would have been a dandy little rundown. I always bail too soon. Look at that larger range. Look at this discount one down here now. Keep your eyes inside here. To go through this, then you're looking for the lows to get taken. Not taking out that 9 or 11. We took this one out. This is not taken, failed to make a lower low. This one has taken out the low. So the Dow is refusing to go lower. You want to see this break structure. See, we haven't broken the structure yet to the downside, so we're still bullish. Inside here, order block, find some support off of this. I'd like to see that candle dip down into here. See if we get this level. Hmm. Looking right here now. I'm just going to chase this up with the back end, that's all. There's 60%, so I'm at 50. Now I'm waiting to get to 70. If it comes and takes me out, I don't care. Just popping above 62 is all it might need. But getting up into that higher range would be nice. And if it comes back and revisits 50, I'll put another one on there. Yeah, there was a clean entry. Well, it depends on how you look at it. There's a fair value gap there. We have an opportunity to get in on it there. It would have taken you out on a stop loss there. But as soon as the body broke above this order block here, then as soon as we get back, that's why I drew the line there. If we get an opportunity to get back to that, then you can get long on that. You're aiming for this one up here. And some of you are saying, why didn't you just leave that alone? I don't care. I went to 62%. I used my rule, hit 62, stay at 50. I didn't. I chased it all the way through here. I would have followed the other rule, the 62%, leave it at 50. As soon as it hit 70, then I moved to 62. Hit 75, now move to 70. It would be sitting right here. And would have tapped me out. No, not quite yet. 75. I would maybe move right up to 75 now that it's at 78. And it would have tapped me out right there. So if that's the optimum trade entry, and we're getting a reversal here now off of here, that's how you chase that all the way up. I was at 62, but whatever. That's my point. There's the upside objective hit. Oh, you meant NQ. Yeah, NQ didn't give you anything. Unless you look at all these reprice rebalances, and they're hard to see and trust to get on. This, when you see this all the way down, all the way back up like that, that's treated like a fair value gap. Yeah, I'm climbing all the way through. So now you're looking for higher upside now. Taking out the highs, so that would be your upside objective past this one. You're into rejection block now. So you'd like to see this provide a level of support now, and this to provide a level of support. You don't want to get through it. If you start cutting through it, and you cut through this one here on the downside, you're looking to be inside this internal range again. So now you're looking for that consolidation idea. Just trading from liquidity pool to liquidity pool, like array to like array. So watch here. If you were aiming for that high and you didn't get it, and you didn't pay yourself at rejection blocks, I emphasize my point yet again. Pay yourself at rejection blocks. We've traded below here now. Trade back up to it. Could be a short here. Traded below it, come back up, find some support at it now. And that's lunch hour. So back into the range for lunch hour. You'd want to see it take these highs up. I do want to see it take the highs, but right now I'm seeing internal range liquidity hunt. And internal range we go. So again, pull your fib tool from high to low. There's 50% of your range right there. See how we just pop below it? That's sometimes all it needs, just to turn around and go all the way back up again. So if you were shorting this from where I was calling it short, you would have shorted it from there 50%. You pull to break even. You hit 62, then you pull it, you stop to 50%. And then you do the same optimum trade entry thing that we did going this way off this candle to go long. You're doing the same. So 62, you'd slam that into 50% now, and you're in profit from here to here. Or you pay yourself one off at 60%, half off at 50, take another 10 off here, 10, 10, so you hit your 100% off down here. So if it comes back to 50% there, you'd be out. There's 62. Closes on 62 right off that order block here. So optimum trade entry to go long if that's the next price leg above here. If we hit the 70, you'd move to 62. If it comes back and taps 50, you're out of your trade. And you've maximized everything on the way. Internal range liquidity hunt. And that's how you seek it, find it. So there you'd be out there. So if this runs all the way back up and again now, you have got all that, even on a reversal. And even on a counter trend for heading up, you still caught the counter trend back to 62% profit. You squeaked out half your trade off there, another 10% off there, and then it closed out the remaining 40% of your trade here, all in profit. And if it extends all the way through that, who cares? You're lunch hour now. If you like what we've been doing this morning, you can hit the like button. It's always appreciated. Never expected, but I appreciate it. And if you're new to our forum and you want to subscribe, we're here every day. You're welcome to subscribe. We are on the Telegram channel after hours or on the weekends. I'll be trading Bitcoin again this weekend. So if I see something good this weekend, I'll share that with you guys on Telegram. And the only way to get us is tune into us on Telegram there. Yeah, a lot of the guys are all keen to turn up on the weekends and still do a little bit of trading and practicing. And Bitcoin's a great place to do some practicing. Notice how we haven't talked much about SMT divergences and stuff. We're just trying to say, how do we stay in price action, reading the little ranges that we're in, and how does that help you in terms of your trade setups on a higher time frame perspective? If we can predict, like we've been predicting, the run up and the run down off the key levels, returns. If you look at that on a 1 minute chart and you see that on a 1 day chart, and you can anticipate a run back into a deeper range, it might help you improve your long-term perspective in terms of what you're aiming for higher time frame stuff. Enter in on a short, looking for your opportunity to go long on your higher time frame or short on your higher time frame. This gives you your ideal entry, and it'll only help improve your reading price action every day. And that's going to be it for me. It's lunchtime, New York, and it's a nice sunny day out there. I'm going to go out and enjoy myself. It's been 3 hours this morning. That's the session. Friday, I might be in this afternoon, or I don't know if Derek's going to be in this afternoon doing his close of the week, close of the afternoon. But you can check him out on Telegram there. He'll let us know. Put a link out there if you guys are interested in joining. If not, if I see something good this afternoon, I'll pop in a link if Derek's not going to. And I'll share that with you guys. I like the way we're getting a reaction off of 62% here, pulling back into that range again. Beautiful. And so you had an opportunity to see price run to an objective, reverse, short to an objective, and now it's reversing again. So we've called all this today. This is good. It's been fun. And then Sam, thank you. Hey, you're very welcome. First day here and you learned a lot. That's always good to hear. Always good to hear. Well, you're welcome. Sign up, Sam. Pop in. See us. We're here every day. Russell and the boys. Tristan and Derek and Lambo, all the usual characters. Fernando. Hadi, you're very welcome. See, now you're looking for these highs, right? See how we were saying you would have captured all this on a counter trend trade. So everybody's going, no, it's going longer. Don't be crazy. You still captured money on a counter trend trade all the way to 62% and hit right on the money. And then the reversal happened. Even though we haven't taken out this low, you want to see this one here close to the upside and then continue pushing higher, looking for that 1 hour objective of those equal highs above us for lunch. And we were talking about lunchtime taking out those highs earlier. Well, we might just finally manifest that now. So that's why you start to look for reasons now for that to manifest itself. Time, price, and then you look for a price action to support that narrative into the directions you want. Time, price action. What's your narrative? It's great to have all these objectives way up here and all that stuff, but if price action is not giving you that direction just now, but price action and time give you your direction, then that's a great objective to aim for. So anyway, hopefully you got something out of that. Lambo, hope you had a great time, man. Hope you got to see some of the things I was trying to point out to you in your in our little discussion yesterday, and being internal range liquidity, and when do you expect it to reach for external range liquidity? And hopefully that's a little more clearer for you now. Russell says going higher. Yeah, we called it going higher down here. We wanted to see these take out these highs now. Now you want to see it go to this is Dow Jones, so 38,652, 38,636. Look for up here. That's what I'd be looking for in that. Right off that high. You'd have to put your stop loss way down here. But I like that objective up there. What do we got over here? Just pick and choose some trades here. I want to see a body get above this first before you start looking at going long. Finally, look at those highs taken out. Delicious. So you notice how there's nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. There's a little imbalance right there, but and this one right here, but it was traded back too. Body trades about, you still don't get in on it. Here's one sitting right here. See that? Body finally gets through it, and then we finally come back and tap it right there. Probably just short of it too. What's the low on that? 1075, 1050, 0.25 just above that. Even that you still didn't get because of your spread. You wouldn't have got it anyway. So you're like 0.5 out. So look for the candle that initiates the run right here. Body trades above it right there. You trade back into it right here. Now you go long, take out these highs. But again, do you want to pay for that in a premium? Inside of all that, with all these fair value gaps below you, you'd be looking at all this going, it's probably going to run all the way back into here. That's your candle, that's your breaker that runs these lows, takes all that out. And it ran through the breaker, came back to it and found support at it. And as we know, breakers are pretty important. So if you trade right through them, there's a higher probability you're going to go higher. What's Dixie up to? Dixie Doodle. So this is the candle you're looking for, this breaker here now. We traded below it. You don't get a chance to get back in on it, and it continues down. So all these have got upside runs now. So if you can get back into this candle here to go high and take these highs out, that's where your objective be. I'm going to put that little line in there as a possible objective to aim for. That would keep this open, and that would be your breakaway gap running for these old highs. We put this line down here yesterday, I think it was. Did we put that? Or was it earlier this morning? Sell side liquidity. That must have been a while ago. Where's my stop loss on Dow? Down here. You're going to ask yourself, where would this fail for me? Now that you've taken out these highs, if it would fail for me if we start trading below this fair value gap here on this side. You want to get out of that. Or getting deep into this range again. So watch here. Yeah, we're coming back into this range. If we trade below this, pop into it, then you're looking at that range. You want to close out your trade. Remember, you're paying a premium here to go higher. You do not want to see this breaker or this mitigation block here give way. This is also a breaker inside here, so I guess overall you'd want to see see it's coming back into that range. I'm getting out of that. That's on the wrong side. If you're copying me, don't copy my trades, man, because they're going to be your trades. If it's wrong for me, I'll get out. And if it takes off, then you'll kick me. You'll be mad at me because you were copying my trade, and then all of a sudden it went in the direction we wanted it to go, and I didn't want it to go past a certain point. I've got a fail point. So if my fail point is hit, I'll get out, take the loss. If it takes off, then I'll wait for it to return back into that support level again and go higher. If not, get a discount. Look inside this range here, take a discount. So if we get a return back into here, that's the ideal place you want to go. Right there, give yourself some wiggle room to here. So when you're going long, this breaker here gives away on the downside, then you're coming down further. So watch to see how this hits right here. Yeah, it's already through it. That's why the fail safe is like, it's there for a reason. If that breaks the downside, I know I'm on the wrong side of it. So you can either weather that and say, I can risk my stop loss here. And if it turns around and comes all the way through you and you go, ah, crap. It told me it was going this direction back inside this range the moment it dropped below there. So I'm literally gambling with my stop loss here by saying, yeah, I'm going to let it run all the way down to my stop loss when I knew full well that it was going shorter inside that range. So you can either say, no, I can get out at a little small loss, get back in at a better price action down here. If it closes below here, you can get out before your stop loss gets taken again, because we're running for the lower lows and you're running back into this level down in here in the larger range. So you needed to see it get above this candle's high. You want to use this breaker as support. See how if you eat right through it, it's not a good sign. It just tells me you're coming back into that range again. So if we find support inside that fair value gap inside there, if you get on top of it, you get some support, look for higher run. And if you get above here, look for support to go higher. And this was just a retracement back in this range. So pull your fib tool here. Right, 62% again. This was 62%. This was 62%. And now expect it to go higher. Order block. Order block here, order block here. You want to see a quick reaction off here now, start really driving higher. Do you want to go long? Otherwise, keep your eyes on the prize down here. This is the range you're looking at. So you have this discount array right here. You still have this one on the opposing side. You're just running back into that right now. So this would be nice to see this continue going higher. Support off of this. I can argue both sides of this one to go shorter, this one to go longer. And you've got this trend line phantom starting here now, this trough. So trendy people are getting all into the, ooh, this looks like it's more upside. You got to get through that candle's high or this candle's low on a close to continue higher for me. Hello? Sorry?
I need to move out the bridge.
See how we didn't break this high here? Didn't get above that. So you're still short from here. You traded below it, then you traded above it, then you traded below it, then you traded into it, continuation on the downside. So you're back into this one. So you go, where am I going, right? Short or long? So far, you're still finding a short support. All the more reason to see, when you see this break to the downside, you go, wait a second, this doesn't look right. Fail safe. Have your fail safe. If your stop loss is still sitting down here, you're really getting work now and you're starting to journal. You're going to journal this and ask yourself, where's my fail safe for me? My fail safe is right there. If it tells me it's going short, it'll tell me because it gets on the other side of that fair value gap. This one here, you've got a classic reversal that's showing you a reversal. Stop loss would be here for a short, back into this range. We're aiming for here, but then if price says, nope, I'm not done coming back down into this range yet. I'm going to tell you when I'm going to do that right there. I'm going to squeeze you a bit, and then I'm going to show you I'm running below for sure. You run down deeper into that range there, come back up to a premium portion. Again, look at this. Look at the difference between these. If I go here and I go quarters again. So I go from premium to equilibrium. See, when I traded below that, I came back up into the reversal. Premium of the premium above 25%, run down into the discount array. Then I ran back up into the premium above equilibrium. Then I ran back down into the discount of the discount. You see that? Right below the 75%. Inside that fair value gap, fill. Done. So it's following a logical run from liquidity. Lower, higher, lower. Running from premiums to discounts, premium to discount premium. Sometimes it works just that range. It's done its job. It's heading lower inside that range. So now we're looking for, do we continue through this range and start digging down into the higher, longer range down into here? Hopefully that makes more sense to you guys. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm out. You guys enjoy your lunch hour. I'll see you on Monday, or I'll see you on the weekend for a little Bitcoin action. If nothing fun turns up this afternoon, I will see you guys on Monday. All the best. Have a safe weekend. Be kind to each other out there. Take care of each other out there, folks. It's a big world. We're all in it together. Every race, religion, creed, you name it. We're all bleeding. We're all full of blood and tissue and feelings. And we always want to be kind to one another. Be kind to one another out there. Take care of each other.